guys, and welcome to this fourth PFCFL draft recap. We're going back with a veteran this for this recap. So we're having Andy Ponce from the United States. He's the coach of the South City Genesects.
What's up?
All right, so Andy in the first season had a tough start, but he was able to catch up quite nicely. He ended the season with a 6-4 record. He ended third in the Kalos Conference. He had 45 kills and 47 deaths. And this season he's gonna play in the Hoenn East Conference. He's gonna play against Johnson City, Hazelton, and Seattle. Speaking about last season, Andy, I'd like to hear about like what's your opinion on your first season results?
They could have been better. I had a terrible start. Went on a big old losing streak there at the beginning, which really, I'm thinking if that didn't happen, I probably could have been maybe second, maybe first. Who knows?
Yeah.
But after those, I think I went 0-3 to begin.
Yep.
After that, I switched up the movesets a bit on some of the Pokemon, and I started winning. I started winning quite a bit, and I ended up in third. So not too bad.
Yeah, you also scooped up the MVP of the league. So
That's
Umbreon
right.
did some
With an
terrible.
Umbreon.
Yeah, it did some work like hell.
Yeah, I'd say for something that I didn't even think would be like my top killer, it did pretty good.
All right. In the second season, you were not allowed to pick Umbreon again. I know you like cried at night for
I did.
a couple of times, I'd say. But it's gonna give you an opportunity to try something else. And here's on screen we see your new team. I'd like you to go through all of your Pokemons one by one and explain the logic behind drafting them. So let's start with Conkeldurr.
Conkeldurr was my OU1 pick, first pick in OU. I kind of went with him. He's a big hitter. He's kind of bulky, and he's got a lot of coverage for move types. He's not just straight. He's a fighting type, but he's not just all fighting type. He's got a big move pool to choose from.
Yeah, elemental punches, knockoff, stuff like that. Yeah, I really think if it was available in the beginning of the second OU round, I probably would have taken Conkeldurr instead of Mega Gyarados. It sucked that you took it, but it was seventh on my league draft list. So good pick. Second pick overall that you did was Crocodile in the UU tier.
Crocodile, I've never used him ever, but I've been wrecked by it on Showdown many times. So I decided to try it out shortly before the drafting, and I thought it was a good pick. So I'm gonna see how it goes. Never used them before. It's gonna be first time. We'll see.
Took 3 minutes 25 before you said wrecked. It was like obvious that it was gonna happen. All right, so trying a new Pokemon, a good risk to take, I think. Crocodile has some great abilities like Moxie, Intimidate. It's worth the risk. So are you? I wanted this so bad because it completely changes the dynamic of my team, but you had to scoop it up. So Smeargle joins your team as a RU1 pick.
Smeargle, again, another one that I've never used, but I've gotten kind of wrecked by it before. That's kind of what you're gonna notice with my team. Most of the team I've never really used, but I've had it come against me, and it would do work. So I thought, maybe I'd try him out. Smeargle, his move pool, I'd say, is pretty big, as in he can use every move. Yeah. So he could be. His stats aren't the best, but you could surprise people with Smeargle stats. You don't really know what he's gonna do.
All right. Smeargle, a very versatile choice. After Smeargle, you picked a Pokemon that isn't so versatile as especially on the offensive side, I'd say. It's pretty limited, but it's an amazing wall, and I'm talking about Quagsire.
Quagsire. Yeah, again, like you said, he's not too offensive, but he is a pretty good wall. I think I'm safe with saying what I'd probably use that it's kind of obvious with Quagsire, Scald. It's going to be pretty good, especially with how bulky it is. If I just Scald an offensive hitter, it's going to get burned. That's going to do some work on it. That'll just let me, soak up some hits with Quagsire. And, with really with Quagsire, there's not many movesets. I guess I can kind of say what I'm going to be doing. Just Scald and, getting HP back. It's going to be, hopefully it'll work. Hopefully there's not a lot of grass types coming at me.
Everybody's got to pack HP grass.
Yeah, just like first season.
I killed you with that Rotom that you picked in the second OE tier. Second
Rotom.
OU round, not OE tier. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
What
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Rotom Wash. I've used it a couple times. From what I've seen, it can be pretty good. There are a lot of different sets you could use with it. Hopefully, it'll find a good spot on my team. That's another water type. That's 1 out of 3 water types on my team. So we'll see where it'll fit in. Hopefully, it'll be useful. I don't really have big plans for it, but we'll see.
All right. Second UU round was where you picked your Mega Sceptile. So, want to talk about it?
All right, Mega Sceptile. I knew I needed a Mega. I didn't really want a Mega from RU. I didn't want a Mega from NU. I wanted one from OU, but if I waited too long, I already missed some pretty good ones. So I went with UU. I thought it'd be a safe spot to pick, and I kind of looked in UU for Megas, which ones were available. There wasn't really, to be honest, not that many that I kind of liked. Kind of with Mega Sceptile. One, because it's grass. It's grass and Dragon into Mega Evolve, so that's gonna give me some coverage. 2, it's facing backwards. You can't tell me that's cool. Doesn't even have to look at his opponent.
Coming from you, I'm not even surprised, but it's still funny. I'm picking this Pokemon, man. It's facing backwards.
I had to get something cool on my team. I had to, it's pretty cool. He doesn't even look at his opponent. Fearless.
Yeah, it represents you quite well, I'd say.
Yeah,
it's
I'd
pretty,
say.
like cocky and I'll stop right here because I think I'll goof up. Alright, so second Arumon was Clawitzer.
Clawitzer, pretty big hitter, especially for special, which I kind of needed a big special hitter besides Sceptile. Especially with that ability that Clawitzer gets, it's going to be pretty useful, especially for coverage. But like I said with Rotom Wash, it's just another water typing on my team, so it's kind of a lot of water types on my team, so we'll see where that water type fits in.
Alright. The second Enumon is something that we were talking about. We were on Skype when just before you drafted. You were hesitating a lot because of its terrible ability, but you decided to go for it anyways, and I'm talking about Archeops.
Archeops, yeah, I needed help with an NU. I didn't know who to go with. Archeops, it seemed like it's a pretty hard hitter, but with that defeatist ability, if his HP drops too low, his attack drops pretty low as well. So hopefully he doesn't take too big of hits when he's out there, and hopefully he can do some work for me. Coverage is pretty unique, I'd say.
Yeah.
For the typing, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's a good risk to take. It's not like you're blocking another OU Pokemon. You're taking an NU. If it was like, oh, I'm taking Archeops instead of like Conkeldurr, I'd be like, nah, that's stupid. But it's worth the risk in NU. So we're back in the OU tier for another flying type. You have 3 on your team, so you're gonna have to be careful with the rocks. So you decided to pick Togekiss, not Togetic.
Togekiss. Togekiss, I was kind of surprised I got it so late. Seeing how good it is. I've used it very little, but from what I've seen and from what I've experienced, it can be pretty good, especially with the movesets that I've got ready for it.
Power Flinch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm prepping for it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Alright, so after Togekiss, why am I always trying to say Togetic? What the hell? Anyways, after Togekiss, you decide to pick a Pokemon that's there, I think, for bulk and immunities in Doublade.
Doublade. Yeah, Doublade, he's pretty bulky, but he can also hit pretty hard if you know what you're doing with him.
Yep.
And I've kind of like him. Honestly, again, another one like Except I kind of like the way he looks, especially when he's shiny. He's red, so red's my favorite color. So that's partly why I picked him. But I mean, his moveset and his typing, and his stats are pretty good. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a big part of this team.
Yeah. Pretty obvious you're gonna run that Eviolite on it, eh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's it. Like 2 out of 2. Alright, so okay. After the bulk, but after a slow and bulky Pokemon, you're going for a fast and frail Pokemon like Axelor. Please explain me how you were thinking.
I mean, if I explain too much, I'm gonna give away what he's for. But Axelor, he's a pretty big hitter and he's very, very fast. One of the fastest Pokemon.
150. Something like that. 145 or 150. It's like, except for Ubers, yeah. It's like it's like you got Ninjask and Axelor back to back.
Yeah,
team speed.
I need the speed. Not a lot of these Pokemon are that fast. I got Conkeldurr in there. I've got Quagsire. I got Rotom. I need some speed in there. So I'm hoping Axelor will maybe help me out a bit in that division, in the speed. So we'll see. That department. Excuse me, not division.
All right. So last Pokemon is the fastest Pokemon except for Genesect. Not Genesect, but I mean Deoxys Speed, and that's a Ninjask.
Ninjask. He was NU. I don't really like all the Pokemon in NU. Kind of the ones I was looking at were kind of taken already. So Ninjask was kind of at the bottom of my list. So I decided to go with him. Again, he's very fast.
But frail.
Very frail. But yeah, I mean, I see what I can, pull out with Ninjask. Maybe he might help out with that, whole bulky, slow stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
Like,
but
like speed baton passing? Oh,
maybe. I don't know.
I think that's the 3 out of 3.
I mean, he doesn't fill that many roles, so I mean, people are gonna know what he's gonna do when he comes out. But if I can work around that, it'll pay off for me.
All right. So we're done with the draft pick recap. So like everybody, you had your surprises and deceptions in the draft. So let's start with your surprises. Who were you not expecting to pick up?
I thought Togekiss would have got scooped up way earlier than the third OU round. That one I was kind of happy I got. Kind of surprised it was available so late into the draft.
All right. Is there anything else or?
Honestly, no.
Okay. So, what were your deceptions? Like something that you had a realistic expectation of drafting at the position you were, but Pokemon got scooped up like just before or something like that.
I honestly thought nobody would want Mega Bayonet. I
Oh
never.
yeah. Oh,
I honestly, I don't ever see it like ever. But there was one moveset that I found on it, and it was working so much for me. Every time I used it, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get Mega Bayonet. That's one I really want.
Like just
and then
fuck up with everybody.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I've showed you the moveset that I used for it, and I was ready to scoop it up, and it got taken from me. My heart broke.
Oh, that's sad.
It is.
You don't see, but I actually have tears, like big, like loony-sized tears dripping out of my eyes. I can't even. Okay, let's go to the next question. So, when you look at your division, you see the three guys that you're gonna play against the most. So that's um, Jeff, Ray, and Corey. So where do you think you can position yourself against them?
Um, Ray and Corey, I've never seen in battle. I can't say for sure with them.
What looking at their team, do you think you can? Where do you like think that the South City Genesects are in the power rankings? If we were to do a power rankings, where would you place yourself against them?
Um, let's see. I haven't even taken a look at their teams. Let's see real quick. Um, I, I don't want to sell myself too short, but I don't want to make myself seem too cocky. Um, it'll be a good season. I'm thinking it'll be a great season. It's going to be some tough competition out there.
All right, so yeah, it's gonna be an interesting division. I think it's the strongest in the league. That's just my opinion because of you and Jeff, and I know Corey's very good. And looking at how Ray drafted, it's gonna be a hell of a division to play in. But,
It'll be fun. It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
The team that will miss the playoffs in this division would probably make the playoffs in all the others. I think. That's just my opinion. Anyways, what are your personal objectives for this season? Is it like to pick up a certain amount of kills, to get a certain amount of wins, or to just make the playoffs, or to win everything?
My objective this season is to not go 0-3 right away again. That's part one of the objectives. Part two is to make it at least to the playoffs again, and to not have a negative record at the end of the season.
All right, so that's like you're setting like realistic goals because you don't know what the others will bring. I think.
Right, yeah. At the beginning of last season, I thought I was going to do really well. I ended up going 0-3, so.
But you still was able to catch up, winning like 6 out of the 7 battles you had after that. So you were the hottest player in the starting on week 4. You were the best player in the league. So.
Yeah, I don't like to brag.
But you lost 6-0.
Shut up.
All right, so thanks a lot, Andy, for stopping by. It was a pleasure, like always.
Thanks for having me.
So that's it for this PFCFL draft recap. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. If you guys want to follow the PFCFL from the inside, the link to the group will be in the description below. Also, please visit our friends at Pokétown. So the link to their Facebook group is facebook.com/group/Pokétown. The link is at the bottom right of your screen and is also going to be in the description section of the video. So, yep, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace!